The most pressing issue for all French voters seem to be cost of living, purchasing power. And to talk more about that, let's bring in France 24's business editor, Kate Moody. Kate, tell us more about that and what the two candidates now are proposing to do about the cost of living.
Yeah, 58% of voters today said that that was their top priority as they headed to the polls. This is all about inflation, right? Inflation in France hit 5.1% on the EU's harmonized standards back in March. Energy prices soared nearly 30% in that month. You can see, and that's what's really been putting pressure on French households every time they go to the grocery store or the gas station, every time they pay their heating bills at the end of the month. Now, as president, we have seen Emmanuel Macron imposing a cap on price increases for gas and electricity bills, as well as a one-time energy check for the most vulnerable households and a rebate per liter of gasoline. His formal campaign on this issue was fairly limited. He said that he would continue trying to reduce the tax burden on households and businesses and triple the limit of a one-time tax-free bonus that employers can hand out. We heard him today indicating that this might take more of a center stage as he goes ahead in the next 2 weeks because he understands how important this is to voters. Le Pen has been much more focused on this domestic economic crisis. She's actually referred to herself as the purchasing power candidate, and she's got very concrete proposals, including lowering the VAT tax on energy, on petrol, from 20 to 5.5%. Estimates suggest that that would cost the state about 10 billion euros per year if it went through. She's also pledged to get rid of the sales tax on about 100 essential goods. We heard it again this evening. She was really saying that she understands that this is the top priority for the households that she thinks could vote for her.
And Kate, Emmanuel Macron's effort to reform the pension system has been one of the big failings of his first term so far. But one way or another, that system is running out of money. It needs to get fixed. What are he and Marine Le Pen proposing to do about that?
Yeah, it's another issue that we hear a lot about each presidential cycle. France has 42 separate pension schemes at the moment for different sectors or kinds of work. As people live longer, it's deeper and deeper in debt. It paid out about 2.5 billion euros more than it brought in last year. The retirement age is 62 in France at the moment. And as we saw from the Yellow Vest movement, from those huge public protests at the end of 2019, 2020, any effort to change the system is very complicated. Now, Macron has said that he will go back and try to push through the reforms that were stalled earlier in his first term. He's going to do that in the fall if he's reelected. He does want to progressively push the retirement age from 62 to 65. He says he wants to scrap the sector-specific programs in favor of a universal points-based system and fix a monthly minimum of 1,100 euros per month for retired people. Le Pen, meanwhile, has said that people who enter the workforce early, before the age of 20, could retire as early as 60. It would be later for those who were older when they started working. She's suggested linking pensions to the rate of inflation. Again, staying true to that message that this cost of living crisis is her top priority.
All right, Kate, thanks so much for that. Kate Moody, our business editor.